Joining me right now, former Deputy National Security Advisor under President Trump, KT McFarland. KT, very good to see you tonight.
Pleasure.
Does this seem fair to you?
No. You know, Trish, I was in the middle of all of this. I was General Flynn's deputy, and General Flynn was set up. General Flynn was set up by the same people who are now being somebody like McCabe, perhaps Brennan, who knows. But the real thing to watch is the fact that, as you just pointed out, Attorney General Barr doesn't trust his own Justice Department enough to give a fair, honest assessment of what happened with Flynn. He's now taken an outside counsel to review. The second thing, and this is the most significant thing potentially, I don't know, in the last 10 years of American history, intelligence history, is the Durham report. John Durham is looking at the origin of the investigators. What were they trying to do? Not only with the Russia investigation, Mueller, were they setting up Flynn? Were they setting up Trump? Were they setting up all of the people around Trump? And if they were, who did it and how did they do it? And he's impaneled a grand jury. He's going to bring charges against people. That's the one to watch. That one maybe happens this summer. And that could shake the intelligence community, the Justice Department, and the FBI. Absolutely shake it to its roots.
You know, it's really disturbing to see this whole thing play out. And we've learned so much. I mean, just going through the whole Mueller thing, right? And then to come out 2.5, nearly 3 years later, and there was no there. So that was a complete waste of time, energy, total distraction, a waste of taxpayer money. Now you get all these other investigations going on, and as you say, you feel Michael Flynn was set up. What does this tell you about effectively the swamp, the deep state? I know that you were there and saw a lot of it firsthand. And you were also there, I believe, if I'm correct, during the Nixon administration as well. So compare and contrast, if you would. I mean, what happened over that time frame? Did it just get worse and worse?
It got worse and worse and more. It's not the deep state as much as it's a broad state. And the bureaucrats, the professional bureaucrats, they didn't like Donald Trump. When we walked into the White House, they looked at us like an invading alien army, to the point where people came into my office 2 weeks into the administration and said, well, there is a transcript of General Flynn's conversation with the Russian ambassador, and the Washington Post has the transcript. Trish, I went into my office and I said, wait a minute. This is so highly classified. I didn't even know it existed, much less was cleared to read it. I had the highest security clearances there were. What was the intelligence community doing, handing that over to the Washington Post?
And they were out there
leaking.
I mean, Andrew McCabe
leaking transcripts.
And we know this now because he actually told investigators, and we have the readout of that meeting with an investigator, and he said, yep, that was me, I did. You know, the idea that they're out there handing this to the Washington Post or the New York Times or any other outlet that will listen, it really tells you kind of the story of an actual coup, KT.
Look, I think that there were people at the highest levels of the intelligence community, potentially even at the National Security Council and the Obama White House, who were setting this up. I was there on January 6th when the intelligence community, the four chiefs, we call them the four amigos, briefed President-elect Trump and Vice President-elect Trump, and that's the meeting where Comey handed Trump the parts of the Steele dossier. This was a setup from the very beginning by people who didn't think Trump would win, and then once he won, didn't want him to govern. And they were going to do everything they could.
They wanted that leaked, that they had confronted him, because then it was an excuse to get into the whole Steele dossier.
And that's what started the whole Russia investigation, the Mueller report, the Russia hoax. All of this started with the poisonous fruit of some of the people in the intelligence community who decided they were going to get Trump, and the weak link was Mike Flynn. Let's start there. And they had me set up as well. I was supposed to be somebody who pleaded guilty to a crime I didn't commit. And when I wouldn't do it, they went away.
Wow.
But they were absolutely, well, it was the hardest thing I ever did, Trish. But they are absolutely, they determined that Trump must be guilty of something. Let's go find a crime.
Yeah, I know you get into this in your new book, so I would advise everyone to check it out. Important material to read by KT McFarland. Thank you so much for joining me tonight.